Okay. All right, here we go. Happy Saturday, everybody. You taking time to create your day this morning? To give all those trillions of cells inside your body lots of love, gratitude. You tracking your vibration and frequency throughout the day. Do you realize that you're dreaming all the time? Do you realize that you're dreaming right now? This is a life-changing concept that my teacher, Don Miguel Ruiz, shared with myself and a small group of people in 2002. And it's a game changer. Most people, when you talk about sleep or dreaming, they think it's only when you're sleeping. And it's interesting to go deeper into that, into this actual truth that we are dreaming right now. If you want to break it down, this is all happening with chemical reactions inside our brain. And beyond that, there may not even be a brain. Just consciousness, energy, vibration, and frequencies. So, are you open to the fact that we are dreaming right now? Does that feel weird to you? Is it kind of a weird concept? If you tune into your higher self, just take a breath and get curious like a little child would, because a little child would go, yeah, I'm dreaming right now. And I'm going to create this and this and this. No problem. There would be nothing really foreign to most children if you were to tell them, you're dreaming right now. They'd probably go, yeah, I know. I was going to tell you that. And so, hey, Sarah. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Yvonne. Elaine, Joan. Hey, Mike. Hey, Lisa. So, I don't want to make this too long, especially since there is no time. It might mess with your heads. So, we're dreaming all the time. If we're dreaming all the time, then it would be most important to be very aware of our moment-to-moment frequency. Well, what's your frequency? Frequency, what is that? It's sound, Is it like something on the radio? The way I describe frequency in my book, Waking Up in the Dream, and in the monthly courses, so people can really ground into it, I kind of use frequency and vibration together. Frequency and vibration are the result of energy. And the energy that we have, that we can control consciously or unconsciously, are our thoughts, our words, and then the emotion that we put on top of that. So it could be a very high vibrational emotion, such as love, the highest one, gratitude, curiosity, excitement, kindness, compassion. Or if we're not feeling good, it could be the lowest vibrational frequencies, hatred being probably the lowest, anger, self-loathing, judgment, unworthiness. So since we're dreaming right now, how do we want to create our dream? Well, before I met Miguel, I was like so many other people, just thinking that life happens. Some people are lucky, some people get breaks, some people aren't lucky. And I still resonate with some of that. I mean, I look at some people that are born in countries where they have barely any food or water, they're starving every day. That's what I would call part of the collective dream. So it's important to understand when we talk about the fact that we're dreaming all the time, and our thoughts and our words and our emotions, which is our vibration, which creates the strength of the energy frequency of the thought, the word, or the emotion, which is the building block. They're frequencies. They're invisible to our eye currently. For most people, they are to me. But they are an energetic waveform. And so if you want to think about your life or the external life, internal or external, but let's use external, the external world for right now. It's a vibrating hologram. Everything is vibrating. Your skin, the earth, water, sound, trees, plants, animals, our body, everything is just vibrating. If you were to put it under the strongest microscope, you would see everything is just vibrating. You could think of us as vibrating angels, light beings. However, our body is denser than, say, a light being because they have a raised vibration. They're not carrying a lot of the frequencies that we downloaded or carried into this lifetime with us, or that were basically imposed on us through some darker agendas. You know, the fear, separation, lack, judgment, huge one. The biggest addiction on the planet is judgment. So, since we're dreaming all the time, and the external is our mirror, we are looking at a couple notes here because I really want you guys to get this. And I thought about this before I started, the best way that I can really convey this. Because if you get it and you anchor it in, it's going to change your level of awareness forever. You'll never forget this, and you'll always, you get curious about this every day and every moment and realize you are creating your reality. And the collective is co-creating the reality. However, moving into these new frequencies, you see all these things being exposed. The dark is being exposed. The media is being called out. Pedophilia. Vaccines are being exposed for the poisonous agenda that they are. 5G, fluoride in the water, poison food, poison pharmaceuticals. I mean, on and on and on. So, the way that we shift this is by raising our frequency. And you're going to hear people talk about timelines if you haven't already. Most of you have probably heard that term, but just for clarification, there could be thousands or there could be unlimited amount of timelines going on. I've heard people say there's a certain number of timelines that are happening right now. Depending on our frequency, we are experiencing these in different vibrational timelines, depending on what we're thinking and where our current now moment frequency is. The important thing to understand is that the frequency that you hold throughout the day is absolutely going to determine what shows up in your world. And you could say, well, that's not true because I'm not responsible for the government or this, that, or the other. That is part of it. However, you can see if you look around and begin to observe instead of react, become the conscious observer, right? Remember? That's your power. So many people are walking around just being automatic reactors, judging everything that they don't like and judging everything that goes against their belief system, their system of beliefs. Well, where did we get this system of beliefs? And where do these beliefs reside? Well, for most people, they understand that the beliefs are residing in our brain, what we call memory. If you were to really get scientific about it, I think it's been proven that your memory is not inside your brain. So where is it? It's just in the ether? Is it your higher self? These are the deeper questions that I like to ask myself every day. And these are the conversations that are very valuable to have. Because if we don't question what we're thinking, and if we don't question our entire belief system, every single belief, this is what Miguel had us do back in 2001, 2003. He had us question our entire belief system. And it was very life-changing because I realized that 99% of my beliefs came from all external sources. My grandparents, my parents, the school system, which I grew up Catholic in, science, history, which is mostly all lies. It's all been manipulated. Religion is a complete, most of them. Anything that invites you to put your power in any external source, it's a big red flag. You can figure that one out on your own. I'm not here to judge you. I went through it. I went through 9 years of Catholic school, being around very angry nuns, being around total judgment, persecution, shame, guilt, unworthiness, going to hell, judgment day. You get it. Okay? So there's two parts to the hologram. The collective consciousness, which is creating a lot of the external. But the one thing that you can do to completely shift your dream is to watch your frequency in every single moment. Well, how do you do that? Life's busy. We got to work. We got to take care of stuff. We got to pay attention when we're driving. Actually, you can get to the point, if you practice daily, where you can be operating with kind of two different attentions. Doing it a lot during the day, just a lot of the time people aren't aware of it. When you become aware of it and you set your intention to do it, to play with it, to investigate it, now you can become what Miguel called using the second attention. I call it in my book being the conscious observer, as opposed to just running those 50 to 80,000 thoughts every day over and over and over, and believing the same old beliefs that were given to you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago, and defending them, because that's how the ego feeds itself. It feeds itself on low vibrational frequencies. And that's what creates more of those same low vibrational frequencies and drama scenarios in your life, in relationships, the people you attract, the money you either do or don't attract based on your belief in your value, your belief in abundance, your belief in whether or not money is hard, it's really difficult. That's what they want you to think. They created this whole false system. So now that you're awake, awakening, realize and begin to play with this concept that you are dreaming all the time. What would be so difficult about thinking that's weird? I know when I first heard that it was a little bit weird, and I know when I share it with people in the monthly groups, they have to kind of get used to it for a little while. What if it's so true, but we were bamboozled into not being aware of that? And I could jump into about 100 other things right now that you're probably aware of, a lot of them. Because on one level, we're talking about being awake. And on another level, this is like nursery school. This is like, for people that are really awake, this is so obvious. For higher dimensional beings, they're looking down on us going, man, they just got lied to and deceived on every single level. And when you begin to awaken to some of this shocking stuff, it's going to upset you a little bit. And there's going to be a lot of that going on, and it's already starting to happen. You can see it. The mainstream media is being exposed for the complete deceptive lie that it is. Hollywood's being exposed for being a satanic feeding ground. The same thing with the Vatican. Child sacrifice. Pedophilia is coming up. Epstein, Weinstein, all these people sacrificing children, drinking blood, adrenochrome. You may not want to look at it, but the things you don't want to look at will actually hold you captive. Because becoming aware of this, you can't turn away and try and stuff frequencies and energies down thinking that they're not going to affect you. That may not be the best way to explain it, but you know what I'm getting at. This is all heart-based stuff. I'm not focusing on doom and gloom here, but you've got to be able to see how the programs were installed to keep us down and to keep us from realizing that we are sovereign, divine, unlimited beings. And waking up to that fact and realizing that you're dreaming right now and you have the tools to steer your dream. And if you don't like the way your dream is going right now, what does the ego want to do? Well, it wants to complain because that's how it feeds on its energy. The ego can't feed when you're happy and you're in love and you're grateful up here. The ego's just sitting back going, oh, I can't wait until you get depressed again or get upset or get triggered or go into judgment so I can feed myself again. So part of this awakening journey, a huge part, because judgment, separation, judgment's the biggest addiction on the planet. I wrote a whole chapter on it in my book. And I highly recommend you check this book out. Not because I'm going to get rich and make a ton of money. It's not happening. I don't even have a publisher. This book will rock your awareness big time. And if it doesn't, send me a message. I'll send you your money back. It's half price right now at the portal2awakening.org website. portaltoawakening.org. Some powerful stuff on that. So, we're dreaming all the time. Our thoughts, our words, and our vibration, emotional vibration, determines and magnetizes. I always want to touch on this because this was really a key way to explain this. Every thought, every word, and your emotion is an energetic waveform, okay? Think of it as a magnet. So whatever you're vibrating at, resonating, thinking, feeling, speaking, you are magnetically attracting invisibly more of that into your hologram. It might take a while to show up. It might take hours. It might take days. It might take weeks. It might take months. It depends on the repetitive amount of the judgments or the unhappiness or the fear or the doubt. But the opposite of that is if you're operating in gratitude as much as possible, in the amazement that trillions of cells are unconditionally loving you right now, that we're talking through thin air right now, through these little boxes that are vibrating, and we're connecting all over the world. Your heart is pounding right now and beating, pumping blood through your body. You don't even have to think about it. We're processing information right now at the speed of thought. You're dreaming right now. Do you get it? I love it so much. This is when it starts to get fun. Because when we realize that we're creating our reality with our thoughts, our words, and our emotions, either consciously or unconsciously, the light bulb goes off and goes, oh shit. What's the best thing I can do every day? Wake up, go into gratitude immediately before you start your day. Don't let those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running before you get out of bed. Create your day. You hear me talk about this before. As soon as you wake up out of the sleeping dream, go into gratitude. Thank your body. Thank every cell. Thank your bed. Thank your pillow. Thank the place you live in. Thank everything for having another day. This is a privilege. It's a miracle. Now your vibration's up. Now create your day. I'm going to smile at everybody. Today's going to be magical. I'm going to attract incredible people and situations into my life. Guess what? You say this every day. Start to track it in your journal. You're going to see, hey, Jeff, guess what? I did it for 30 days and it completely shifted my entire life. Wow, what a great thing. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Yeah, I had people share it with me. Some of this I figured out on my own once I figured out that we're dreaming all the time and our thoughts and our words create our reality. So I'm going to check in really quick, see if anybody's got a question. I don't know if there's any questions. This thing's not updating in real time. So, oh, there's 13 people on. What a wonderful number. So to recap, let me get the white light here. Yeah, clean up your frequency. Clean up your frequency and practice being aware of your frequency as much as you can through the day. You've heard me talk on the last live about setting 10 alarms on your phone. It's free. You go into your phone, you go into your alarm, you can set it on vibrate. I invite anybody that hasn't seen my last live, I invite you. You want to change your life? Do you want to change things in your life for the better? Do you want to wake up faster? Do you want to attract more of that which you do desire into your life quicker? I'm telling you, the tools that work. Go into your phone either right now or when you get off this live and set 10 alarms. You know how to set one. Some phones you can even set a message to, like, what are you focusing on right now? Where's your vibration? You know, it's great if you can do that. On my phone, it's an Android. I can just set an alarm as far as I know. So I set 10 of them. 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., all through the day. And I set it on vibrate. And that's just like somebody tapping you on the shoulder going, hey, where's your frequency right now? Can you reset it? You realize you're dreaming right now? Oh, I love it. So your mind, your ego can go, oh, that's good right now. Yeah, I'll try and remember that, Jeff. Thanks. If your life in creating more of what you desire in your life isn't worth taking 2 to 3 to 5 minutes to set 10 alarms on your phone, either right now while I'm still talking or when you get off this live, then you've really got to ask yourself, who's running your show? Because your higher self would go, fuck, if that works, I definitely want to try it. How easy is that? Set 10 alarms on my phone? It's like having your own coach or mentor checking in with you 10 or 15 or 20 times a day. Who wouldn't do that for free? Huh? I'm trying to give it to you. I do it myself every day. And 12, 11, I love it. Bing. So clean up your frequency. Realize that you're dreaming all the time. Have fun with it. Get curious like a little child. Don't be so serious. That lowers your vibration. Every time you try, that lowers your vibration. Every time you have a judgment of yourself or anybody else, not only does that lower your vibration and attract more of what you're judging, it's a mirror, remember? It's going to reflect back to you. I hope you get this. This isn't taught in school, not yet. My book will be getting in schools soon. Clean up your frequency. Have fun with it. Get playful. If there's relationships or certain things in your life that you can't stand and that are pulling you down, find a way to change them. There's plenty of people that will mirror you without judging you. If you're around people that are judgmental, time to find some new friends. Love them from a distance. If you're working a job you can't stand, that's your higher self telling you there's something way better. And if you want to go through 30 days of one of the most life-changing journeys you'll ever experience, come join the Waking Up in the Dream transformational experience. The next group starts next Sunday in 8 days. It was going to start tomorrow, but my website magically went down for the last 2 days. And I just sent out a huge email blast with links and nobody could get to the site. So I spent the better part of today working with an amazing friend. Thank you, Jimmy Lee. Jimmy went through the Waking Up in the Dream transformational experience a couple months ago. And he gave me a lot of love today and fixed my site. But since it's been down for 2 or 3 days, I'm going to postpone the next group. So good news. You've got 8 days until the next Waking Up in the Dream group starts. What do you get? Why is it so life-changing? Everybody says that about their stuff. First of all, you get the book. Then we go through the book. And speaking about the book, if you go right now or today to portaltoawakening.org and you go to the book page, Waking Up in the Dream book, you can download the first chapter for free right now. Boom, PDF, it'll pop up, totally free. What's one chapter going to do for me, Jeff? That just sounds like a teaser. That's my ego talking. I don't like sales pitches either. Well, let me tell you, The first chapter goes right into the dismantling process. It's 19 pages of going right into it. It will give you some aha moments. It's free. Why wouldn't you do it? And the book's on sale for half price right now for $11.22. It will change your life in the way that you see how the mind works, how the ego works, how the programs work. How judgments work, how we're set up to judge from birth, separation. You cannot change that which you cannot see. So when you read this stuff and you go, oh, light bulb moments are going to start going off. And I'm not saying anybody watching this doesn't already know some of this stuff, but no matter what level you are with your conscious awareness, like the 4 agreements from Don Miguel Ruiz, I went back and read it many times. And each time I was at a different level of awareness. And my book, Waking Up in the Dream, will do the same thing. I wrote it that way. Why? Because I wrote it for myself. I wrote it so I wouldn't forget. Because if you don't practice every day, moment to moment, keeping your vibration centered in your heart, centered in gratitude, centered in curiosity and amazement for this dream that you're awake in. And currently, with the programs that are still running in the external, you could easily fall back into having a bad day. I could be talking about having a bad day right now. But I realized a while back, most people, when they say they're having a bad day, guess what they're doing? They had one bad thought or one bad trigger, which was a negative emotion based on something that happened, something somebody said, something happened at work, they stubbed their toe, they got some bad news, and they allow the story to run all day long. Yeah, I'm having a really bad day. Something happened 14 hours ago. My website went down, but it's fixed now, but I still want to tell you about my bad day because, yeah, I had a really bad day. And I'm continuing it right now by telling you about it. Even though right now, none of that's even happening, but my ego's program is feeding off of it. And it feels real good to my ego to talk about how this shit happened to me that happened in the past, so my ego can feed off of it and destroy my now moment right now. Hello? This is what the ego does. This is what the programs do. They're programs. And until we see them, they're going to run. Why? Because the ego feeds off of them. You think you're being justified by judging all this stuff that's wrong. All you're doing is showing the unhealed parts of you. Because when you get to a certain vibrational level of a higher vibrational being, which is what you need to get to begin attracting higher vibrational timelines, better things, leaving 3D, moving into 5D, 10D, 1 million D, whatever you want to call it. It's all just frequencies. They're all happening everywhere. They're not up there or down there. They're vibrational. But you can't get there unless you're vibrating at that frequency. So if you want things in your life to change your inner game. The hologram is deceptive because most people blame what's going on out there. They don't get that it's 180 degrees, the opposite. And that's how people are able to be trapped in the matrix for so long. Making sense? I love that music. Oh, wonderful. So, recap. Clean up your frequency. Nothing in the external is doing anything to you. realize that every single judgment is showing you somewhere where you're still holding a frequency in your mind or your memory that hasn't been cleaned up yet. And your ego so desperately wants to feed off of drama and judgment and less than and unworthiness, thoughts about yourself and everything else. And the hologram is going to give you all kinds of negative stuff to feed off of because you're giving your energy to it. So one of the biggest questions, I'll finish with this. One of the biggest questions that came up for me when I was waking up, which I still am, it's an endless process. I'm not saying I'm any more awake than anybody else. Everybody is your teacher. Everybody is my teacher. Man, if you wrote that down somewhere and you looked at that every single day, wrote it on your hand, everybody is my teacher. And then underneath that, put in capital letters, especially the people that I judge. It's easy to love everybody that's doing what your ego thinks they should do. Oh, I really love this person because they're doing what I love and they're not going against my belief system. Wait until people in a relationship start to see things that they don't absolutely love about each other. Then all that unconditional love, which wasn't unconditional to begin with, goes right out the window real quick, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So, clean up your frequency. Create your day as soon as you awaken from the sleeping dream. Create how your day is going to go. If you don't walk around telling people you're unhappy about the way your life's going, because you're not creating your day. You're recycling all your memories and all your beliefs so the dream can't shift. You're creating it. You have to shift it. Nobody's going to shift it for you. This is some good stuff here. Note to self. All I'm doing is talking to myself on a screen. All right? Yeah. Set the 10 alarms on your phone. Do it. You don't have to catch every one, but just think, 10 alarms a day times 30 days in a month. That's 300 times you're going to get tapped on the shoulder versus the people that don't do this and don't bother to set an alarm on their phone. How much quicker do you think your conscious awareness is going to raise at 300 times a month where you get to go, oh, where's my frequency right now? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to create my next moment. This is getting fun. Who do you think's going to awaken quicker? Who do you think's going to hone their conscious awareness and shift it quicker? The person that doesn't put them on their phone or the person that does? Case closed in favor of cloud. Yeah. So, clean up your frequency. Go to the website portal2awakening.org. If you haven't already got the book, download chapter 1 for free, 19 pages. If you really want to invest in your awakening process, get the book. It's half price right now. Get it. Yeah, it'll help me out a little bit. And practice. Then, if you really want to rock it, come join the next Waking Up in the Dream transformational experiential journey. It starts next Sunday. I think that'll be the 17th. I'm going to give you tools that are going to have you seeing the program so fast and so quick. And it's going to be a little shocking at first, but it's not going to be doom and gloom. It's going to be aha moment after aha moment. We're going to do 2-hour calls every week that are recorded in a small group. Everybody is going to ask questions and get mirrored through their process, through the tools in the book, through the PowerPoint trainings that I give in the private group every week. The most powerful thing, we're going to go back and look at what happened to you when you were growing up. The main things that happened, like my father died in a plane crash. Other people, their father didn't love them. They didn't have a father. They were adopted. They had great parents, but they were never around. All these things affect your worthiness and your energy and your frequency. We're going to go deep into this. You're going to have access to me almost 24/7 for 30 days and beyond. I'm going to invite you to go deep, and I'm going to take you there because I know what questions to ask, because I've been doing this for 3 years straight now, actually longer, but 3 years, this course, every week, almost. It's the most powerful way I know. When you surround yourself with people where you can be vulnerable and ask these deeper questions, and the book's going to take you right through it. No stone is going to be left unturned. I'm telling you, all I can do is invite. And if you want to know a little bit more about the course to see if it's right for you, go to portaltoawakening.org and schedule a free, complimentary discovery call with me. I'll get on the phone with you. I'll meet you in the Zoom room. I'll even record it for you so you can watch it back. You're going to learn something about yourself. It's not a sales call. Do I want people in the group? Yeah, but it's limited to 10 people. And if you don't want to be in it, you're going to pull on my energy. So I want you to be like, yeah, I want to do this. I'm freaking ready, Jeff. Yeah, to be in another small group and do this for 2 hours every week and then have a group where I can ask questions every single day. Hell yeah, I want to do that. Boom. So that's it for today. I intend you found this valuable. Thank you for everybody that tunes in. Thank you for everybody that shares this. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, be of service to people. If you want better things to show up in your life, you're feeling a little bit down, go out and give to other people, serve other people, smile at other people. Do for others what you want to show up in your life. If you're looking for better people in your life, go out and be better people to others. Yeah. Whatever you may be lacking, go out and do that. Go give somebody a quarter. Buy them a cup of coffee if you want more money. Don't think, oh, I can't afford to buy somebody else a cup of coffee. That's just giving into the program and reaffirming to the dream that you believe in lack. Money's a tough one. Be gentle on yourself. But this is stuff we go deep into, so I invite you to come on one of the most incredible journeys into conscious awareness. And it's an inner journey. You can find plenty of courses talking about Palladians and tarot cards and all this other stuff. And, you know, I'm not knocking them, but that's information and it may serve you. You know, it's great. I play with some of that stuff, but nothing will serve you and shift your life and the dream more than going in and changing the inner. So that's why I do this course. That's why I wrote the book. It's the most powerful thing I know of doing. That and creating art and playing music, which I do too. But this is if we don't wake up, what a shame that would be. Anyway, enjoy your dream. Thanks for spending time with me. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for sharing this. Share this with people that you feel would benefit. There's thousands of people out there trying to figure it out. I'm not saying I have it all figured out, but this will help people to really question where they're at, figure out how vibration and frequency works, figure out how thoughts, words, and emotions work, figure out how creating your day works. I wish somebody would have told me this in first grade. Thank God I met Miguel. Thank God I did what I had to do to go to the 3-day dreaming weekends every month for years. Yeah, I had to pay for all that stuff. And I traded my recording skills as a recording engineer. I did whatever I had to do it, you know? And if you set your intention, that's the power. So if you're interested in coming into the group on Sunday, the 17th, if you're getting a yes hit, don't listen to the ego. Get on a call with me or reach out to me. You'll never see things the same way again. And I get on calls with people and they're able to shift and let go of things that happened 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and yes, even 80 years ago on one call. Stuff works. I love doing it too. And I will hold that sacred space with you, for you. I'll cry with you. Yeah, it's about feeling. It's about going within. It's about releasing trapped emotions and stuff. Yeah. It's okay. Feeling is healing. With that, let me give you a little bit of juice here. I love y'all. Even if I don't know you, I love you. You're me. You're my mirror. One final thing. Game changer. Anything you judge, send it love. It's your teacher. Yeah, I forgot to talk about that. I was trying to figure out, what do I do about the Vatican and the pedophiles and the evil people in government and people that are poisoning people, the Bill Gateses and George Soros. And if we resist and we judge them, we're giving them energy and we're giving the hologram energy. The way to heal the collective in yourself is to shine the light of compassion and forgiveness on every single person and thing that you see that you think is bad. Bless it. Say, thank you for teaching me. Thank you for showing us where we still need to heal. This is mastery. This is mastery. This is a powerful live. I don't say that with my ego. I sat there for an hour trying to figure out what I was going to say and how I was going to present it. And every time I got ready to go, the Facebook thing expired and I had to retype in the title and everything and do it again. So I just jumped. I'm like, I'm in my heart. It's the best place to be. If I make mistakes, I make mistakes. It doesn't matter. This is a powerful download. If you get this, it will change a lot for you. These are the tools. Come join me for 30 days. Yeah. You want to talk about a journey. It's a blast. Many blessings. Much love to everybody. Yeah, please share this with anybody you feel would benefit. There's a lot of people out there that are getting shocked right now. As more things get revealed, they can really use some support. Yeah. Be good to yourselves. Have an incredible day or evening wherever you are. Much love.